of addresses, and when you go in Europe the same, you go to several. Now I don't know what the status. At one point there are people who wanted to aggregate those, but I don't think that it ever been done, because even for us at Amazon, those postal services were very worried that we were starting to aggregate those and being able to resell the data, and all our contracts were very specific and with a lot of constraint in using the data and storing even the data. Therefore, but it's the reason why I said is one of the points which still a challenge, particularly when you work at the global level on several countries, is to get those data by country accurate, basically, and find a reliable source. We use a lot of source over time.
Yeah. So, and I just want to make sure that I understand. So you mentioned that you would buy map or location data from Google and from the postal services. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
And then, I guess this question, would you have differing feature capability needs for middle mile versus last mile? And then would you, because of that, approach different location-based service providers for those needs?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a completely different, even type of software to do both, because middle mile software are much less relying on the address, and that. Now I would say most of the navigation system, whatever the brand, will do the job very well in planning middle mile route. For example, routing in middle mile is pretty easy because the point-to-point address are basically the difference between the last. There will be not much route to do 600 or 700 kilometers or 500 miles. The difference in routes is minor on the total optimization, where the middle mile is critical. Is the reason why that those software or fleet management in the middle mile are focusing more about real-time data, estimating arrival of delivery, and really managing the asset itself by monitoring speed of the truck, monitoring the break time for drivers, for example. Those are the main feature of a fleet management system in the middle mile.
Okay. That's helpful. So, I want to know, are you aware of location and map data software providers? If so, which ones? So I think you mentioned Google, but what other locations and on that are you familiar with?
I try to remember the name of this. There is a global database which does exist, which we were using, where I call World Server, but it's not World Server. It's something nearby that, but I don't remember exactly the name of this one, because it's one that we use a lot in several countries. That is, it's one of the very few databases which covered several countries in the world. And but I can't get the name right. I think it's there's word to it, I'm pretty sure, but I can't remember the exact name of it. But on top of that, the rest was more the country database. Therefore, if you go to Royal Mail, they have the department which is managing that and selling this data, which has the exact address, and they manage the move of the people as well, because it's the tie between all the addresses as well, and the new addresses are updated very accurately. The French Post get the same. Deutsche Post has the same as well. I can't remember this.
So what criteria is typically the most important related to location?
Is the relation between the address as spelled out, whatever the way it's spelled out, and the geocode, which means the exact translation of the dot on the geo mapping of the world, basically. That's the most important, because it's to really make sure, because obviously all the geocode are pretty accurate by definition, because it's a global map of the Earth, and they are pointing pretty well. The problem is to tie back